You started?
Yep.
Still camel style here.
What's the big intro?
No, it started.
There you go, you're in there.
No, it's looking like this. So it's loaded. Now I see you.
Cool. But can you hear us? Cool. And I think for the promo, what we do is just do this. And just load this one. And then it goes up. Share screen.
Mm-hmm. Good morning and welcome wherever you are from around the world. It could be good evening there too. We're looking forward to presenting this webinar today. And before we get started, we'd just like to offer the opportunity to ask questions now ahead of the webinar commencing. That way, if you have any questions, we can answer them through the presentation. So please feel free to use the chat section on the right-hand side. Or on the mobile device that you're dialing in from, and we'll try our best to answer them throughout.
Yeah.
Sound good, Alan?
Sounds great to me.
Let's get started. So I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Dallas Wilson. I'm VP of Sales and Growth here at GetAccept, and I was a happy GetAccepter for about 1.5, almost 2 years, and I've known Alan for quite some time.
Yeah, and my name's Alan Sinsich. I'm head of customer success here at GetAccept, and I'm the go-to guy for any support questions or any feedback that you have about the product. Please feel free to always reach out to me.
Great. So the thesis for today's presentation is, why do 9 in 10 deals never reach the finish line? I know that's really frustrating for me in my role. And so what we want to do is introduce what GetAccept is. So you know how it's really difficult to take a lead that comes in or take an outbound opportunity and convert them without them going dark or silent. What we do is help you provide a superior experience all the way from first meeting to final contract sign seamlessly within Salesforce, so it can help you draw more of those deals to the end point.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of great features, some that we'll go over here. For me, I've seen the tool develop kind of from the get-go, and for me, the top 3 features I would say add the most value during that process, that closing process, would definitely be the video introduction, being able to stand out and be remembered, leave a great impression. The e-signatures, of course, go ahead and close the deal and collect that money. And the mobile app being, from wherever I'm at, anywhere I'm at, I can go ahead and be in control of my deals right from my phone.
Exactly. So I like the mobile app this morning, actually. I was on my way to work and got the chance to chat to a few customers before the Christmas break. So it's a great feature. So for today's agenda, Alan's the smart, polished man in the suit. I tried to bring a little bit of the Christmas cheer with the Christmas sweater. But we have 5 key areas. We're going to talk about GetAccept and Pipedrive together and how that's a great experience. And then Alan's the point man. He's actually going to run us through a live demo. And then we're also going to explore some more advanced features and what we could do potentially together in further discussions together. And then make sure you stay tuned, right, Alan?
Right to the end. We'll be offering a special limited time discount for everyone that signs up and stays with us today. And we'll discuss next steps on how to go ahead and move forward getting started.
Fantastic. Well, let's get into the meaty end of the presentation.
Yeah. So today, like Dale mentioned, we're going to discuss the integration with GetAccept with Pipedrive. So the first thing we'll do is show how to download and actually install this integration. The second will be we'll go into GetAccept, create a template proposal that we will then use and populate and send through Pipedrive and the integration. And then lastly, we'll deliver it and see exactly what the repercussions after sending these proposals out within Pipedrive is. So with the demo here, we'll switch over to our screen. And we'll see the first place we want to start is the Pipedrive marketplace. So in here is where you can find, simply search for GetAccept. You'll see it pop up, and we'll click the Install Now button. Once clicked, you'll follow a few prompts, very simple, you'll continue. And the next time you're in your Pipedrive CRM, you'll see this GetAccept button over here.
It can't be that easy, Alan.
I promise you it is.
Oh.
If not, reach out to me. And so this button will pop up anytime you're on a company, a contact, or a deal. So in the example here, we're going to use our deal, Bandolay Industries here. And what we're going to start off doing now, we'll populate the Chrome extension here, is going into and finding the parameters, since we want to take data from our CRM and populate a proposal with it. So,
hang on, Alan, that sounds a bit like technical talk to me. Are you trying to say that as a sales leader, I can produce quotes and proposals just seamlessly every time?
As a sales leader, as a sales rep, you can have this data automatically merge everything in your proposal and send it out within seconds.
I like that. That means I don't have to do the same thing over and over again.
Saves you a little bit of time, right? So we'll go through the extension really quick and find our template parameters. So if we go down here, we'll see we have all of this data to go through and populate our documents with. So let's go into GetAccept, into our proposal that we have templated nicely for this demonstration. So we have an Acme proposal, and let's say we want to fill in the company name and maybe the buyer's name. So what we've done is dragged out a text field here for the buyer, and this is going to be the company name. So let's go back into Pipedrive. We'll find our data parameter here, deal org name. We'll copy it and go back into our template and pre-fill the value there. So we'll save this, and now that will automatically take the organization's name on our deal and populate it in the proposal. So let's do the same thing, but for the buyer's name, so for the actual rep. So we'll go into the Add tab, and we want to make sure we're selected on this sender. So all the fields now are connected to the sender. And we'll click and drag a text field right where we want it. We'll resize it real quickly. There we go. And just like we did before, let's put buyer's name here. And back into Pipedrive to grab the merge tag. So deal, person name, we'll copy that, and we'll paste it into the pre-filled value. So now we have two fields that will automatically be populated with the data in Pipedrive as we move along through the Chrome extension. So let's go ahead into Pipedrive and send this proposal out. So let's say I'm a rep. I'm getting ready to get off the phone with George, and I'm going to go ahead and send him over this proposal. So we'll go to Send New Document. George will already be populated as a signer. We'll go to Next. We'll see we have our proposal right here, and you can search for others too. We'll move forward, and you'll see that the data is already populated, just as we explained a second ago. Now, let's say we want to maybe change some of the data in here before we send it out. It's automatically populated, obviously, but maybe we want it to be Vandelay Industries, legal name, Vandelay Industries, Inc.
It's always good to double check those things.
Double check.
Before you send.
Before you send, always. So we'll quickly fill this out. 2 users, there we go. Let's include an onboarding and total cost 4,000. And let's just quickly preview the document to make sure everything looks good. So everything fills in.
Look at that.
Looks great. Cool. So we'll go to Next. We'll continue along. And like I mentioned before, one of my favorite features being we can record a personalized video, right, to introduce this proposal for George. So really quickly with our webcam, I can do, hey, George, here's the proposal we talked about. Please let me know if you have any questions. Really looking forward to moving and reconnecting next week. Cheers. Hey, George, here's the proposal we talked about. Please let me know if you have. And now that video will automatically introduce the proposal once it's sent. You can change the document name, the email subject, the message, and when we're ready, we'll just go ahead and send this guy out.
That video really adds that unique flavor, doesn't it?
I think so. Talk about leaving an impression. I don't know many proposals that are being introduced, you know, seeing a face before you can see the piece of paper, right?
Yeah, I really like that, and I get a lot of good feedback from customers.
Now, one thing we want to do, we want to help you keep everything centric in your CRM, right? So we'll also, once you send out the document, can create a quick task within Pipedrive, just as a quick reminder to reach out, so a follow-up task. So now that the document has been sent, we can go and view the document. We can see everything is populated. George will have this in his inbox. And when he's ready to go ahead and sign it, he'll click Sign Document. George Costanza, quick consent button, and now the document will be automatically signed. And if we go back in here, we can see everything populating in real time. Signed document, and everything updating in the timeline as well.
Oh, that's right. I can see that notification down there.
There you go. Yeah, and there's our finalized PDF attached as well. So.
And just to confirm, when you open that document for the first time, it'll play that video. We just wanted to spare you the concern of seeing our faces twice, twice over.
Good point. So, Dale?
Yeah, so moving on from what Alan's built on in this morning's presentation, I think that it's really important to discuss 4 key features that add more value, which we can talk about at a later stage if you get in touch with us. But we mentioned the mobile app, and the mobile app is strategic for 2 reasons. One is you as a manager or your reps can manage your deals from the field, things like follow-ups, and also one feature that I really like is, as we talked about, you can engage via live chat. So everything you send is enabled by a live chat, and as the picture shows you, in this webinar, it just appears as a push notification, so it's seamless to engage with those customers. Furthermore, if they go quiet at any stage, you have the ability to see that they've revisited it and try and resurrect that deal. Secondly, in the average enterprise sales cycle, there's now 7.2 buyers, and in the SMB sales cycle, there's 2. So it's extremely difficult to find out who that next point of contact is or who the real decision maker is. But what we find is that often individuals circulate these documents internally without telling us as a sales organization. We have technology that will reveal the first and last name of the people consuming those documents. So it means you can build a strategic account plan from there. Thirdly, Alan showed you that, the automated follow-ups. I think that's a fantastic feature. And sometimes we're all human beings. We forget to do a follow-up every now and then. So that feature really makes a big difference. Finally, a concept I'd like to introduce is using GetAccept more towards the middle and even the start of the journey with a customer. As we showed you, you can send them pretty much anything through this platform. So not only are proposals and quotes a very good thing to send, but now you can start sending video introductions when you first get an inbound lead, or you can send case studies, blogs, other things to foster that deal to prevent it from going quiet. So if you get in touch with us, we can help you and show you how to do some of those things to bring more deals to that point of close at the end where you'd send them a proposal.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything there, Alan?
I don't think so. I think one of the other great use cases are post-note meeting agenda or notes. Yeah. So being able to summarize and really just let your prospect know that you heard them, you sent over a great after meeting notes, and just really making what those next steps are clear and understood for everyone.
Agreed.
So.
You've waited right till the end.
We've waited, yes, we're here. So thank you all for joining. We want to go ahead and help you out. So we have a 30% discount for your first purchase of your user licenses of GetAccept. The best way to go ahead and get started would be to reach out to me, either by email or by the phone here. And we'll go ahead and help you get started with the next steps are, and of course share the discount promo code with you as well.
And it's a holiday special, so that's why I'm wearing this. So make sure you do get in touch. And regardless, we'd love to help you and discuss how you actually go to market today. For this presentation, I'd like you to have 3 key takeaways. The first is that we all recognize it's a challenge for us as modern sales professionals to stop the deal from going dark. But what we want you to feel is that GetAccept can actually help increase conversion in your sales process by creating a unique experience for all of your prospects, right from the start of that deal all the way to the final contract, and we facilitate many movements in there. Also, remember that you shouldn't hesitate to contact us because there's a lot more features than what we displayed today, and that exclusive discount runs until the Christmas cheer is over, so make sure that you get in touch. But before we wrap up today, I know there's a couple of you on the line now, so please feel free to write any final questions before we conclude the webinar. And thank you for your attendance today.
Thank you very much.
So Eric's got a question now. So Eric looked away when we showed the data piece from Pipedrive into GetAccept. Do you mind demonstrating that again?
Yeah. So let me go ahead and share my screen again. Okay, so what we did there was in GetAccept, we have our template. So we'll go ahead and have our created template here. And let's say we wanted to fill in the person's name. So what we did was created a text field and we dragged it over and made it sender. Let's say buyer's name again. And its pre-filled value is what we want to grab from Pipedrive. So in Pipedrive, we'll go here. We'll go just inside the Chrome extension. We'll find template parameters. And then we'll scroll down until we find person name. We'll copy that, and then back in the pre-filled value is what we'll save. And now that'll automatically populate with George's name from the deal.
Yeah. So Eric, let us know if that's clear. Maybe Alan, just show again, what happens if the information's not in Pipedrive? For instance, you need to determine a color is black or white. How would you input a variable in the document?
So you're saying if we don't know, it's not in Pipedrive.
Yeah, it's something a rep has to enter.
Enter. Okay, great. So what we would do in that situation is just bring a text field out, and you'll see it's relating to the recipient. Now we want to make sure it's the sender, right, the rep. And let's say it's text color. And we can make him a required field too as well. So he has to fill out, black or white before moving forward. Now this will be a field for your rep to go ahead and just simply type in the data.
That sounds good. So Eric, that hopefully is clear. But let us know if you want us to recap it again before we conclude. But Alan's pretty good at explaining. I know that's given me a little bit more clarity. Fantastic. Well, I'm glad we could help with that. Do you have any other questions or anyone else on the line? Awesome. Well, we thank you all for us, and we're looking forward to hopefully welcoming you as part of the GetAccept family. And yeah, we'll see you soon, either virtually or if you come to our office in Sweden or here in San Francisco.
Happy holidays, and thanks for joining us, everybody.